Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, sir. I am Rachel P. Torian, taking Bachelor of Social Studies Education, and at this moment on, I'm going to present to you my concept paper entitled Technology Integration, Undergraduates' Perception Towards Blended Learning Approach, Teaching-Based Modality in a New Normal. Proponent, yours truly. Research problem. This study aims to explore the different perceptions of undergraduate students in different state colleges and university in the Philippines towards blended learning as a new delivery modality. This study would also examine the role of technology in teaching across different courses, as well as how undergraduates manage and cope with the transition from traditional to blended instructions where there is a highly reliant on technology. This study will also evaluate the different challenges and difficulties undergraduate students have experienced under blended approach. In line with the major aims, this study aims to answer the following. First, what are undergraduate students' perceptions towards blended learning approach? How do undergraduate students perceive technology as learning tools in blended learning? What does undergraduates think of the respective rules of blended approach across different courses? What are the challenges undergraduate student has experienced in acquiring blended as a new learning instruction? Rationale of the study. In 21st century, blended learning emerged as one of the most popular pedagogical concepts in higher education according to Halvinson et al. In 2014. This study of blended learning is related to the history of online learning. The concept behind in this mode of delivery can be traced back during 19th century, where program was developed to educate individual in non-traditional way. During this period, there are advocates of human rights and educators wanted to reach out individual, mostly mothers, who could not able to attend regular schooling as cited by De Guzman in 2015. She also added that blended learning and e-learning almost have similar aims. Technology integration has significantly influenced the manner by which this aim can be achieved. The course materials is delivered through internet and evident that the modes of instructions are product of innovations of both technology and education as stated by Sommer in 2000 and V10 in 2003. According to Education Secretary Leonor Briones, school and universities has been offering blended learning for decades. With the advent of COVID pandemic, the challenges associated with blended learning had further highlighted. State colleges and universities in the Philippines had forced to take several actions with respect to the health regulations implemented by the government. Empowering blended learning approach as the new delivery instructions is the best option they get. There are studies which examine high school students' views regarding blended learning that holds positive attitudes towards blended learner. One of it is the study of Colopi and Arnold in 2009. Students favored blended learning since it combines the advantages of both face-to-face and online mode. I want to pursue this study because I want to explore and examine undergraduate perceptions, underlying perceptions and attitudes since they personally experience blended learning instruction. One social dilemma associated with blended instruction is if it promotes cognitive and critical thinking. And other than that, part of my study, I saw a lot of students posting about their feelings with towards with regards to the blended instructions in different social media platforms, most commonly Facebook. Their difficulties and challenges towards the abrupt adaptation, which is also supported by Kiang in 2016, wherein he identified some of the drawbacks like late feedback and poor internet connection. Our education system today is indeed problematic. It is a battle of privileged and unprivileged students which need to be addressed. Education, as we all know, is beyond necessity. However, blended learning approach needs several planning to make it more effective and successful. Framework or theory. This study will be anchored on Technology Acceptance Model or TEM. It was first proposed by Davis in 1989 on the basis of theory of reasoned action, which by from Fishbein and Azin in 1975. According to Venkatesh et al. In 2003 and Liao et al. In 2006, TEM or the Technology Acceptance Model is the most widely cited and validated model of determinants to acceptance of technology. It adopts the theory of reasoned actions which indicated that intention precedes behavior. This model attempts to explain individual personal attitudes and behavioral intentions on technology use according to Davis in 1989. According to Theo and Vanchik in 2012, this model also emphasized the associations between students' technology acceptance and how this technology affects their actual usage behavior. This model will stand as the basis on undergraduate students' perceptions in relation to blended approach. Method. This study will employ qualitative approach. In this approach, as cited by Winrich in 2009, this will provide researchers with a complete perspective of the target audience, and according to Criswell in 2012, qualitative establish the meaning of phenomenon from the views of participants. In the extent of my study, I will use exploratory research design. This will um, this will allow researcher or me to explore the students' perceptions toward the role of technology in blended learning. Using this design, according to Kanaba et al. In 2001 and Zygmunt in 2003, they assert that exploratory as an appropriate design given that the study involved popularity of online social networking sites as a new phenomenon. According also to Kapper and Scantler in 2006, exploratory research is considered as the most useful, especially in limited information availability. This design, the researcher or me will develop an in-depth analysis and appreciations of the issue or subject of interest. In data collection method, I will use set of questionnaires through Google Form and conduct online interviews with the qualified participants to get their perceptions towards blended learning as the new learning instructions in the new normal. References, okay, so I have put my references there. Thank you everyone, thank you for listening, and once again, good afternoon.